Živile. I am a dance artist and a yoga teacher. I've been drawn to yoga since I was at age 15, 16. It was quite a difficult, I had a difficult childhood and a difficult life when growing. So at the age of 16, I was diagnosed with severe depression and eating disorder. And at the same time, quite short after, I remember finding yoga. I went to private yoga classes. It was quite a classical style of yoga. But again, as with dance, I found myself at home, and body felt in the right place. So it stayed for me for the next 12 years until now. Only a few years ago, as I was trying many different yoga forms and classes, it always felt as either a bit way too spiritual or way too serious or way too as just another form of exercise. And then I found Ashtanga yoga a few years ago. I started it practicing online on YouTube. I found quite two beautiful teachers. One taught the whole essence of Ashtanga, and another a lot of yoga anatomy. So I found like I embodied the whole spirit of yoga into myself, and I wanted to continue quite consistently doing that. So around a year and a half ago, I took yoga teacher training in India, Mysore. And I found this choice quite a significantly life-changing in the process of creation, both individually and artistically. Quite shortly after the yoga teacher training, I started teaching, and that gave a lot of confidence and kind of ways of expressing my voice. This year, this difficult year during the quarantine, I found this neuroscientist, Stephen Porges, and his theory. He found ways how to gain the resilience, to regain self-regulation, and know how to manage the stress with methods similar used in yoga, such as breathing, yogic postures, chanting or singing. So I found it so beautiful that I wanted somehow to incorporate this theory and all the practices I did myself, and offer kind of in a way of working with artists to help them with the quality of their inner creativity. I remember then I heard Saint Stephen Porges, this neuroscientist, he said that creativity, if we are somehow still living with unintegrated traumas, the creativity is constantly competing with those triggers and the responses of trauma. And it's quite, it causes a lot of suffering and confusion in the process of creation, and I was like, oh, this resonates so much, and it makes so much sense. As nowadays I see so a lot of art being kind of represented or thrown at us as you know, like all those, as a mirror of all those problems that we have in the world, but not really, you know, offering many solutions or ways to deal with those traumas or problems. And I think this is because you know, we first have to integrate, come back into integrate those traumas, integrate those experiences, and come back into our bodies to embody our entire system, and then we can actually know how to, you know, share that to others without re-traumatizing them. So very recently I finished online sessions with a variety of artists from all over the world, and we've been I've been offering them tools, to understand themselves better, to understand the traumas and unintegrated parts. So we used things as yoga practice itself, physical side of it, the postures, and then we did a lot of breathing exercises. We did chanting mantras, and using sounds just to kind of awake the parts of our body that are still in a shutdown mode. We used quite a few somatic practices, also free writing and poetry writing, all those things that I used it for myself, and that I've seen quite a significant result in myself. The outcome of those sessions were beyond my expectations. I understood that if used, those tools can have an amazing result on artists and on people. If everything goes according to the plan, in the recent future we are planning to collaborate with Finland, Norway and Lithuania in creating a larger scale of the project, again incorporating those sessions into the creative processes. So, as I said before, working with the quality of the inner creativity and not actually focusing on the end goal, but finding those artistic expressions in the process. And quite simultaneously on the side, we aim to create a long-term project as an online platform where we could put all those teaching practices and tools for people to get access, to be guided, and to be supported in their healing processes. And quite another thing that will hopefully come quite soon is a podcast where we aim to, again, to talk about those topics as healing, trauma, embodiment, and creativity. Find dialogues with maybe the scientists that can explain more, into that field of trauma and integrating the traumas in our lives. And again, finding dialogues with people that already had experiences of that those alternative practices help them to heal in many ways. If you feel like supporting or collaborating with us in any way that it resonated with you, you will find all the details in the description.